Patrick Townley at PTL Arts. Welcome. Today it's like a bit like an open house. So artists all have open houses to show off their work, I'm sure, all over the world. Welcome to the world of PTL or Patrick Townley. I would offer you a piece of homemade cake and show you my garden, as well as introduce you to my work. Well, it's a bit tricky because I'm not sure about your dietary requirements. Instead, I'm going to give you a little tour of my starting point for an art business I've been talking a lot about, so I just want to show you inside a bit. So on a physical level, I rent a studio in Brighton in the UK where I live. That is just down the road. And in previous videos, you may have noticed me in there. I've introduced you to the space. I want to show you inside my online space. So up until recently, I had an online shop, which I've now closed down. It was an okay platform, and I had it for about a year and learned a lot about putting things together. So it's definitely worth looking at different options. If you're really technophobe, then it's good to spend a little time looking at options that don't cost you a lot of money, but help you get your head around what's actually going on. I was semi-techno, not phobe, but semi sort of ignorant, really, in a sense. So, like, I get to be able to use something and then be satisfied with as far as I've got. Now I understand it's just like anything else. You have to like keep digging, keep researching because it changes all the time. So the shop that I had, although it was really, really good, it was sort of, you know, e-commerce shops very often are like designed for, I don't know, say like you've got a shop that sells bits of motorbikes or mobile phone covers or whatever, a whole bunch of products you've got already. It's sort of a way of getting that online. So yeah, it works really well for that. But for this, you know, selling art online, it just, in a sense, as far as I know, and this is as far as I know, anyone who knows better, actually, there isn't a lot of choice out there for artists, and maybe that's something that we're here to change. I want to like gradually develop something that's got this engagement and interaction built into it. So on my way to doing that, I shut down this online shop because I wasn't able to do it in there. And towards the end of last year, I started to research and puzzle over the best way forward. Playing around on a blog site for a couple of years gave me some insight. A year and a half ago, the idea of building my own site was planted, the seed was planted. But immediately when I started to look at it, it just got a bit scary because, oh, who's going to get myself? I didn't know about it. So there's a lot of like mystery about it, of course, and there's a lot you need to know. Otherwise, you know, it can go spectacularly and be spectacularly unsuccessful. So that's why I didn't do it then. Now, after a year of like exploring various business ideas, like the small website that's got a funnel that feeds you in, and you get 3 secrets, you give away 3 secrets, etc., etc. Yes, powerful, does work, but it's running out of steam, in my opinion. It's because the market's completely flooded with it. Again, thinking of art, it's about building up a long-term relationship with people. And I know that from the physical world. And like, if you're an artist, you'll know exactly the same. Like sometimes you'll build up clients that, you know, will buy a stream of work off of you, or like certainly refer you to other people, which is really powerful. And you build up a reputation. So the way that we can build up a reputation online is through content, isn't it? And like this. So you're talking to me, you get to know me. Oh, he's crazy. He's, well, you know, I don't want to watch him anymore. So you move on. Or, oh, it's interesting. Yeah, I see his point. So last October, I got, like I say, after following this route of trying to fit myself into another box where I didn't really fit, I came across this the wonderful Miles Beckler, who talks very honestly about content marketing, and that it takes a long time. And I feel, yes, it fits in with my plan. And it means that it gives me an environment that I'm happy to, I realise nothing's going to happen overnight, but I also realise it gives me an environment to build upon. So there's this opportunity. So I've ditched all of these other sites I had going. I went to ClickFunnels for a while. If anybody you've heard of that, it's a great learning process. Just sitting in there for free for a while is you can learn a lot about how things work if you don't know already. And I bought into it for a little while, but fortunately, my sense told me that it was coloured with the same sort of problem or issue really around the merchandise that's very successful on there. Is generally it's not brand new startups, and it's not stuff like this, these paintings and anything attached to it, particularly at the stage that I'm at, which is beginning. So through Miles Beckler, I realised that content management is the way forward. I went back to what I'd thought of, a year before about building my own site. I'd already been working on WordPress for a number of years, so confident when Miles Beckler suggested it. I know it's really a great platform to work on for loads of reasons, but I didn't understand about hosting it, like I said earlier. So now I've got a WordPress site, and also what's been introduced to me is, which does funnel building and everything as well, is Thrive Themes that works in WordPress with WordPress. Fantastic. It's a fantastic platform. There's lots of technical stuff behind that I won't go into at this stage because what's important is if somebody's coming on your site to look at your artwork, that they see it and they see it straight away. There's no delays, and it's all down to sort of speed. And if you look at anything online, it's quick, it's grab you, etc. And I used to sort of sneer at that a little bit. Apart from that, I'm incredibly impatient, and I'm exactly the same. So if I look on something, and if it's not happening, and there's not something that I'm going from it, I just I switch it off, move on, stop browsing. It's just the nature of the animal, isn't it? Nature of the beast. It's nothing personal. So anyhow, I realised I was onto the right thing with Thrive Themes, with WordPress, and also with WooCommerce. I've managed to get WooCommerce as a shop and get my stuff on there. Luckily, I haven't got millions of items yet. And it's become organic, so it's something that I can work with every day, especially as I'm publishing content on it frequently, etc. I'm constantly keeping an eye on it. It's not just sitting in the background doing nothing, gathering dust. So I constantly tweak it. There's always something to do. There's always something else to do every day, which is great, which builds up this relationship, just like doing a painting. So I'm going to show you quickly around one of the Thrive things. It's called Apprentice. So on here, as well as having a shop and doing a blog, I've set up a free course. And this is another way of engaging with people. It's another way of sharing your skills with others, so that they can for example, I'm teaching people to go from a blank canvas to having a painting, whether you've done it or not. Just follow my process, and at the end of it, you'll be somewhere. You'll have an image in a painting, and there's a lot of content on the way, like 18 videos that get you there. So it's like 4 modules, and I just want to show you what it looks like and how straightforward it is. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I can't do that, I've got to get somebody else to do it. It's something that if you apply yourself, you can do it. If I can, you can. So, okay, so I'm going to share my screen and go into, there we are. So here you are. This is on my WordPress dashboard. And when I first got Thrive themes, I've loaded it all up. There's a product manager that's got the whole show. It is really good. It's got fantastic support and great training. There's loads of it, so it's, you know, you pick and choose what you want. But Thrive Apprentice is like one of the applications. So this application is specifically built, right, at this stage I'm using it for a free course. There's other little bits of applications that you can have. It's a standalone. In other words, you can just have one site with the training on it, and you can have another application with it, which means that you can do all the paying for it through it. I want to try and use my WooCommerce, which is the shop, which is on a subdomain of this setup I've got. I've also got a subdomain which has got the WooCommerce shop on it, and sell, like, when I start to sell the courses, there will be like a digital product on my WooCommerce, my e-commerce site, which will link straight through to this application. So I've got one course on there at the minute. You can have loads of courses, which I will have eventually. It's really exciting. It's really great to use. So you've got all the instructions with Thrive to get you to this point, but I'll just show you. So if I click on here, this takes you into all that. I've done quite a bit of work. Now, what I did to start with before this, which you could think about doing, is running courses using Google Forms. And Google Forms, you can like put all your course material on there. It's good to get it out there and start working and just find some volunteers, basically. But if you're further down the line, you know, with some of your clients, try it out to tweak it, perfect it. So I started making this course in the middle of the summer, and I finished it around about Christmas time. It was like the 3rd iteration. I've still got a way to go, but I've got a complete course with 4 modules. So all of this is dead easy. Follow. So we're going to say like module 2, for example. We can have a look at module 2. So welcome. I've got 5 videos. I've got a summary at the end. I've got like a welcome at the beginning, and then like instruction videos. So if I click on there, yes, so what I'll do is go on a preview of the course and show you what it looks like when you've put it all together. And just follow the simple instructions, and it's really sweet, and it works, really works. You sort of send an email to yourself so you can log in yourself. So I'm still trying to work out whether to do like, you know, all the other guys have a three lessons that like are more out there on a lead page that leads to this free course as well. It's important for me to do it for free because I want to develop the whole process. And so I want to get people in here, and also it's a way of getting people onto my email list that are people on my email list. So what people do now very often with all these very short 3-video free gifts and reports is they have another email. I don't actually do this, but I know people, you have another email that you just use to get the free stuff. There's so much out there, and that's it, end of, and then you unsubscribe or just delete the stuff that you're getting. But so that's why you know, I know it's going to take time, but I want people to come in here and enjoy it, basically. And so here we are. Welcome to Make a Painting course. It's a general sort of overview. Then I can go begin course. So begin course takes me to module 1, and that loads up, and there's the first video. So the first video may not, yes, it is going to open up. It's trying to open up. Yeah, there we go. It's got rather a lot going on, isn't it? So this will open up when it's because I'm in this sharing environment. It's not going to open up. So you can put all of your text and material and links and PDF files, a lot more text, a lot more copy. You can put extra stuff in. You can have more videos, etc. You can just build it up exactly as you want to, and then it moves on to the next lesson. When you've completed it, you can move on to the next lesson, and so on, and work through the course. It's really cool. So I've done all my videos on YouTube, and they're linked into YouTube, and I'm quite happy about that because I'm doing this content as well. So like people can get into the content if they come in here free. So I'll stop sharing now. So there's a little glimpse, my open house, my open computer, just a bit of where I'm going with it. It's great. So like in the environment with WordPress and Thrive Themes, you can link all these things together. It works with WooCommerce. You can have a WooCommerce. You can have blah, 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 blah. Loads of really great instructions. Highly recommend it. I'm really enjoying it. It means that you're really involved with this online world that you're building. Starts to become really exciting. So there's a link. If you press below, there's a link to my website, and you can have a look at Thrive Themes and check it out if it's interesting for you. At a later stage, I'll be talking about the WordPress as well. So if you like what I'm talking about, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. If you've got any comments, I'd love to have them so I can improve the quality of these interactions. Thank you very much.